Hi YouTube, how are you doing? I'm doing okay, not too bad. I know the forces of evil would want me to be horrible and not happy at all or whatever. Whatever, you know what I mean? Or how y'all doing? um I got a warning of sorts about impending grief or horror that I'm yet to experience. I was born in grief and horror, and the only more thing horrible that could happen in my life, I've already foreseen the possibility is my kids. And I have eliminated my kids out of my life emotionally. Think what you will. I really don't care. When they showed themselves to be more of the world than they are with the spiritual nature of what is good that operates within all of us if given the chance, normally, when they showed themselves to be on the other side, I cut ties emotionally with them creatures decades ago. And you can bring more grief, yeah, it'll be about the same as I was born into and the things that have already happened to me. Horror, hang on to your shirts because it's not going to be my horror that you see. It's going to be yours. So anyway, that's just for playing the game on the wrong side. It's nothing to do with me. That's on you. I mean, I'm not going to beg anybody for inclusion into a game of trash. I'm gold. I don't stoop or bow to trash. So, you help who you want to help. I'll help the good ones out here. That's who I'm talking to. The people that understand that no amount of grief in our lives is going to make us bitter inside towards other people that are worthy of our sunshine, you know. So those are the only people I care about. Anybody else, you're not welcome around me, even if you thought you were for a second, because you're not of that. You're a fucking coward and a liar. So work for your liar all you want. The only thing that's going to happen is the force of goodness that was guiding and helping, um, that was treated dismissively, is no longer going to be at your service. You're on your own. We'll see how you do with that, like I do. So, and it doesn't matter. That's all I'm saying. If that's the next thing people got for me is more of the same, bring it on. Fuck you all. Not you, but, them. So I got more to say on that. Be careful when you side with um, I want to find the perfect word, side with the illusion of power. That's what it is. Because it's not in all reality. The only thing people can do to me is band together in darkness and try and cause me horrors or grief. That's all you got? Yeah, that's all you got. You don't have the other stuff. That's why you can't think like me, because you don't think like me. You can only suppose how I feel or what I'm going to do. That's unpredictable to somebody that doesn't think on that same note, you know? So I don't care about anybody that would side with or take glee in the exclusion of a good person. So, you know, that that doesn't matter. And as far as how I turn people off or on is exactly how you turn me off or on. Identical. That same amount of force, that same amount of feeling that I've never needed anybody else to validate my ticket. I just wanted to find people that didn't need that validation either and weren't cowards that were brave enough to stand up and say so. You know, cowering little motherfuckers. Ooh, ooh, the dark force is gonna get me. Ooh, boo hoo, grief, grief, horror, horror. Watch out for the horrors you summon. So you think that my grief is going to be summoned? Like I said, I was born in grief and sorrow and horror. You can't scathe me. Like I said, pick your poison, you know? But I'll be damned if I'll help somebody that has not stood up as tall as they can stand. No, you don't belong standing beside me. You're way down there. And you could say, well, I don't want to stand beside you. No, because you thought you were above me. That's why. Not on an equal playing field. You had to lie and cheat and deceive and accept blood money in order for you to survive. I don't do that. And I'll never grovel. Never. And you'll never break me. And you cannot use anybody I'm related to against me because I don't like any of them. Love them? Yeah, on a certain level. Not as deep as I once did, to be quite honest. And the minute I flipped that ugly switch on your stupid ass, there you are. Every time you look in the mirror, you're going to see what I see. You're going to portray what you portrayed to me to the world. And it will be exposed for the world to see. That's what being equal is, and not above anybody. And I don't have to sit on any throne or have any type of certificate or title or anything else to make that happen because it's in motion that people bring on themselves. You know, I just don't know what part of not knowing enough about somebody's mind and thinking that everybody's brain is wired the same way, because it's not. And maybe, like me, you might have capabilities of rewiring very quickly on the fly, or precognitive. See, now this is where cognitive dissonance comes in, when you're shown the same thing over and over, and mistakes that you make, and believing lies, and standing up for the lies, and not acknowledging the truth of your own self. That's true dissonance. Talk about disconnected. Coward. You lying coward. And somebody who this person is knows exactly that I'm talking to him. So that works with the coward I live with. You can try and guide somebody that doesn't want to be guided all you want. The only thing you're doing is giving them ammunition to use against you. You're not helping anything. You're not even helping him. That's what I'm here for. It's called the truth. The truth that in all reality, these dark force creatures have absolutely no control over the future, only the temporary. So do what you want to do. I know I'm going to have fun watching you do it. Actually, I do, when I see them little two bigger grins and the shifty eyes and the how should I say this thing in people's brains, you know, um, like I gotta say it just right, or they're gonna catch on. Which catch on before I meet people, like way before, decades, or at the moment it happens? The one I planned decades ago, or the one that you planned last week? I haven't planned your demise yet, not entirely. You still have a ability to take care of yourself, but I can also make that disappear. It just depends on how hard I'm pushed and how funny you actually think that is. Here's to the future, with or without you, with or without you. I can live without you. Can you live without me? People think they can. I just wished a lot of men would have just said that when they were little, so I could have took care of the situation before he got too big. Nah, you're not too big for me to take care of you. No problem. That was just a real dark joke. You're going to find out what the force of darkness is, what everybody else pretends. That isn't a natural thing unless woke up. Well, guess what? I've never been asleep. I've just been biding my time and watching the fucking circus with all you clowns. Not talking about my Joker friends. You know who you are. You know, someday maybe I'll see your faces and hear your real voices, but I feel you. There's 3 Joker channels I watch that um, the souls behind them, you know. One for sure I know was abused, like broken teeth and whatever. Um, you're the people I'm talking to. You're the people that know what real love and honesty and trust and respect and integrity. Here's to you. You're not waiting for the next spark of life out of some good soul to come your way like a meal. You're the ones that are seeing that soul on the table ready to be devoured, that swoop in and take it away from the fat faces that want to devour that. You're the people. You're my people. The ones that grew up in the dark, the ones that know what true horror is. You're the ones I'm talking to, not the coddled, privileged. Nobody gave me shit. I'm not privileged. Anything I have, I've worked for. Everything. And for my enemies, I just wish the same for you. Exactly what you gave me. That's just. No more, no less. What I went through is enough to kill the average person before you're even able to walk. And it's on a daily. So grief? Hello, friend. You know? Anybody else feel that? Yeah, well, I got your back. If you feel it, I'm more than I got all of you. All of you ones that have been through the ringer and really know what I really was through the ringer. I got left alone with a ringer washing machine and it chewed up my arm all the way up to here in between them rollers going clunk, 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 clunk. And I didn't want to scream. Um, it started with my fingers through the whole thing. I didn't want to scream, but I had to say something. And finally, that thing came down in the basement where I was helping her do her laundry and separated them ringers off my arm. So through the ringer, why? Have you ever been? Really? Huh. Tell me about it. I can. I can tell you lots of horrors. But then I guess you'd have to actually go through it in order to feel it. So, yeah. Let me see. I'm going to have a hit. Talk to you a little longer. Or at you, whatever you're here for. If I'm just entertainment, whatever. If it's true love, and what's love got to do with it? Well, it's not romantic. It's bloody. It's raw. It's painful. That's what love is. That's why I can love everybody or nobody. It doesn't matter. Because I see it all anyway. I can hear you thinking. I feel you before you speak. And some of you feel me like that too. Good for you. Do you know who's giving you the rights to that? Because it isn't free. It's either given out of love or you're indebted, depending on how you use that energy. But it's not free. You don't pay the darkness. You don't pay Satan. He doesn't have control over me like that. So you want to talk about horrors? Who got cast into the earth and why? Are dark and light truly compatible? Not on this plane of existence. The light was born in the dark, but not on this planet. Does the light rule? And which light would that be? The pretender or the real one that can turn it off? Who owns the light switch is what I'm saying. Like the key, the real key. That's part of my name too, by the way. Kikopashita. I have been a part of so many. They try to bind my abilities, bind me. Oh, and not just spiritually either. I've been tied up. I've been put in closets. I've been put in rooms with electrodes on me. All kinds of horrible things, scary things. Oh, and then I've seen blood and guts and cuts and big fucking butts. You assholes. It's usually men. And if it isn't, then it's the ones that are controlled by them. It's like, wow, you simpletons make me sick like that. You really do. It's astounding. Unbelievable. It's like trying to have an intellectual conversation with a toddler. You ever tried that? Wow. Why? I'm going to show you why. I'm going to show you why not. I heard the lie. I heard the fucking lie. It's not the first time either. This person I'm talking about, I can count them, you know. I can count them like, I don't know if I have enough digits. And if it wasn't an out and out lie, it was a mode of deception that you thought I was walking down the path in your mode of deception with you. No, you were on my path. You just didn't read the sign right. So we're going to see, since it's a power of the minds and a principality of the air, we'll see what's stronger, truth and love or deception. And what is bravery? Stupid's not brave. Stupid's fucking coward. A coward. I was talking like, and I know this one channel has got to be Far East or at least Middle Eastern because they don't use the like uh bre- a piece of bread. It would just be piece of bread. You know, they won't use the in front of a lot of their language when it's translated. So anyway, that's how I can tell from studying language. Yeah. And I love it. I love it when I get premonitions, remember? Oh, so when people, you don't know this. I'm bringing you something you don't know. Well, you should change that to most of you don't know, right? Because when you find out I do, and when it comes down to the conversation after the bullshit, the circus, the theater, and then backstage, when I always got to pull you inside and say, or aside, not inside, but like, hello, time to wake up. Yeah, always the same old mistakes, right? I'm not doing anything for me. I'm doing it for the men on this planet that are supposed to be coming together as leadership for the feminine called like there's a song by Steely Dan called Deacon Blues, a deacon of a church, the one that guides you into the church or um a lot of times the deacon will either pass around the offering plate or hand out the Bibles or um, guide you to your seat or that type of thing. You know, deacon blues is what it's called. Well, there's a line in there. The first one, I do believe. I'll share it here. I'll put the lyrics too. But it's this is the night of the expanding man. That's the integration that the soul of darkness is supposed to. Has nothing to do with me. I'm just a catalyst to set the whole thing up to help people. And I'm being pushed away out of greed, out of everybody's greed. Like, we're okay just the way we are. No, you're causing the destruction of the entire fucking planet. And that's okay? No, there's got to be one with that glimmer that can carry that entirely for the rest. So you're not doing a service to anybody by helping the dark. Not even the dark. That was the originator of all this. As what? A teaching tool? And you think I got some lessons to learn in here, huh? Is that it? I don't think they're my lessons. I don't think it's my initiation. I've been initiated fucking sideways in the sky. Or brought to the edge of the void and thought about going for a swim. Can't fuck with me or break my spirit. Just not going to happen. No matter what. No matter what. No matter what anybody thinks. Because I'm done with all that emotionally. It's only the worthy. I don't care who anybody thinks they are or what position they think they hold in my heart. Forget it. I'm not playing. I either get real help and real connection and not being excluded. I mean, I don't need company, don't get me wrong, and I don't need large crowds to feel worthy or anything like that. But I've had times in my life with human connection that was sabotaged on purpose. That fucking sabotage shit is going to end, or I'm going to start placing things in your lives to sabotage you. And that's going to happen this week. Probably by the end of the week, I'll be making my decision on that for the people that have come against me, no matter who you are or who you think you are. Because I will carry that strength by myself, and you won't mean anything to anybody. That's called a laughing stock. That's called a fool. That's the real fucking Joker. Only without the Joker scars or his makeup. Just naked for the world to see what a fool is. And a fool is dismissing trust. Peace, everybody, and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA. Have a good night or not, wherever you are.